nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up. And now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
He'll pull it on the read. There he goes. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. Third down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
Rush is on him. Finds his big tight end. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Going to swing it on second down. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
The Buckeyes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone.
Trying to beat the D deep. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Got room on the return. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Terrapins!
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game.
That makes the score Maryland 7, Ohio State 0.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Quarterback empties his backfield. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Looking to fire. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Buckeyes are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going to take a shot at this DB. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And I think on that last play, it's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down mark.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Finds a man in the middle. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. At the 20, he's got space. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's going to keep it. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Maryland! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Gray. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Using his feet. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll give it to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
wonder if there's just a little bit of rust with this offense right now coming off the bye week, right? They just haven't been able to get clicking in this game throwing the football. They're going to have to find that mojo and get back into a rhythm here pretty quickly.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the...
Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Got it in the middle, it's Bell. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first, it's at the 37. We've reached the break. It's Maryland with the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. First play of the period, first down here. To the air on first down. Gets it to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Under fire. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Fires left. He's got it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Calls his own number. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. That score could have put them within realistic striking distance, but the penalty turns things around, and they'll have to go back to work. Wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and got some room, entered to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They'll give it to him again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Unloads quickly. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Working that left side now. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
And the Terrapins have this offense rolling. Off play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
The Terrapins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. This crowd rising up, sensing that his defense needs some help. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Touchdown, Terrapins! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
He'll start this drive firing. They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has...
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And that is elite third down defense. First of all, you get him in third and long, and then you look to the go-to guy. Jesse, I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, third in California, to convert that. It doesn't matter how good your receiver is. And this dude's obviously one of the best in the country. With the defense, they were all over it. They were ready for it, and they get the big play.
Powers through the defender. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's on target and complete. It down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the back. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He's got him. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. With the run on 1st and goal. Next, going for the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. Touchdown, Maryland! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And with that